if you're headed to Mondegreen this year, you should go check out longstrangeputt.co. They got some dope golf Mondegreen hats. Get it? Among the Green. Among the Green. You need somewhere to golf. You need somewhere to put all your doodads and whatnots. They got fanny packs. You need to look cool. They got cool fanny pack. T-shirts. You want a pin to stick on your hat. They got that.
You want a dope bucket hat to stick pins on? They got that.
To put on your head. Yeah. You would do that.
You would.
Yep. So go check out longstrangeputt.co. They have the coolest stuff you have ever seen. We're talking fish merchandise. They even have golf stuff over there. I mean, it makes sense. Long Strange Putt, right? But they even have like golf club covers with the
they're cool
music eater on them.
They got the divot thing
for the MF Doom divot fixers. Yep. They have my favorite t-shirt ever, the Tripping Tree. It's a take on the Giving Tree. That's awesome.
And they also have one of the coolest Instagram accounts.
Yeah, they do.
At Long Strange Putt.
Yep. And so here's the deal. They're hooking up the No Simple Road family with, 20% off. So go put in the promo code NSR20 when you're checking out. You're going to get 20% off your order of $50 or more at longstrangeputt.co.
It is officially time to party outside.
Yes, that's true. The sun's out.
Right? Festival time. And there is nothing like a brand new soft t-shirt to show off your festy arms for the summer.
That's absolutely true.
Right? So head on over to Shop Tour Bus to get some of the softest, coolest t-shirts around.
With the coolest Grateful Dead inspired designs on them ever.
And you don't only just get that sent to you in like some boring envelope. They do custom boxes that they put their hearts into that are keepsakes. It's a box you're not going to throw away. You're going to get all kinds of doodads, whatnots, tchotchkes. You don't know what you're going to get. And some of you may even get a magical, I'm talking magical.
For real magic.
Bootleg. I mean, a cassette that's been passed around for years, preserving this awesome music we all love. You may get one.
Yeah, that's true. We call it a miracle.
That's right. And so when you go over to shoptourbus.com, you are going to put in the promo code NoSimpleRoad for your order so you can get free shipping.
That's right. And make sure you go to @ShopTourbus on Instagram. You can check out all the designs, and make sure when you go to shoptourbus.com, put in that promo code because, free shipping's cool, man. Shoptourbus.com.
Shopify grows your business no matter how far or big you grow. Shopify is the global commerce platform that helps you sell at every stage of your business. Whether you're selling your fans' next favorite shirt or an exclusive piece of podcast merch, Shopify helps you sell everywhere. Shopify powers 10% of all e-commerce in the U.S. Allbirds, Rothy's, Brooklinen, and millions of other entrepreneurs of every size across 175 countries. Plus, Shopify's award-winning help is there to support your success every step of the way. Because businesses that grow with Shopify. Sign up for a $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/income, all lowercase. Go to shopify.com/income now to grow your business, no matter what stage you're in.
No Simple Road. Yeah, here we go.
I know the road may seem to go on forever and a lifetime.
They're taking it to another level.
We're all taking it to another level. Here we are. We're on another level.
We're taking it further beyond this level.
Further to another level.
Because when we get to that level, then you got to keep going to the next level.
Just continually.
Level
New
up,
heights.
level up.
Hey now, No Simple Road family. What's up? This is Aaron.
It's Mel.
And it's Apple.
And we're back for another episode of No Simple Road with
No Simple Road?
Yeah. Oh, wait. Did I say it right?
Yeah.
Okay. You scared me.
I just wanted to repeat it in a question.
Yeah. and we're here with No Simple Road. How'd I do? Like
yes.
that?
Highway?
We
Sidewalk.
No.
The thoroughfare.
The guest on our show this week is none other than
Karina Rykman.
Let's hear it for Karina.
Woo.
Oh, no, you can't hear it for
Karina.
Sorry. The sound effects are shut off.
Well,
you guys get the idea. Yeah. Woo. Hey, Karina. We met Karina a couple years back, and it was kind of before we did Peach Festival.
Yeah.
And I just remember like her showing up on the Zoom, and it was like sunshine and lightning showing up at the same time.
Yes.
That's a good way to say it. And I would say that in fast forward.
Yes.
And her energy, it comes out of the screen into the room.
So just imagine what a show is like with Karina.
Yeah, man.
She does the same thing, but on a bigger scale, and she's got an instrument in her hand.
Much louder than here on No Simple Road.
I'm proud of her as just a human and just a fellow kick-ass woman who's really doing her thing to the fullest that she can possibly do it with as much enthusiasm as possible.
It's been super dope to see her rise to fame, to follow along what's going on with her, and seeing the rooms getting bigger for her, and the stages getting bigger, and the crowds getting bigger, and her playing with Trey and
getting better.
Yeah.
When somebody pulls you in that's a huge star in their own right, and then now people don't even know. Some people don't even know like that she was from Marco Benevento. Like she's her own thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like when you can get that stigma off of somebody big bringing you in and create your own orbit, that's pretty incredible and impressive.
Dope. Yeah. And, it's like you said, she is one of the most powerful women in rock and roll right now, as far as I'm concerned.
Oh, yeah. Very, very. Seeing one of her shows is so electric, and on top of it, all that, she's like such a hard, heavy rocker, but like the sweetest person on earth too.
I know
her, like she's like the whole package with everything.
Absolutely.
You guys are gonna really have a blast listening to this conversation. She gets into a little bit about like playing with Trey in the studio on
which is
Joyride.
funny. It's a funny story,
little anecdotes and stuff that you may not know. So, stay tuned for that. But
if you're listening out there before you hear this interview, and if you are gonna go see her anytime she's gonna go to the merch table, bring her some water. She's requested. Bring her
Bring her water.
I don't think that people realize that sometimes the bands, especially if you're an opening band, sometimes you're doing the merch yourself. So you're doing that awesome kick-ass show. You're packing your stuff, and then you're running up to the front to sell your own merch. A drink would be nice.
Yeah, and here's the thing.
Just a thought.
You bring her a water, that's cool. But if you bring her a water in a bottle, make sure it's sealed.
Yeah,
it's weird to get to open anything from somebody you don't know.
Yeah,
especially
wants
in this
that.
scene.
That's true.
Yeah, you don't need that.
So let's do.
And you don't have to.
I'll just say real quick here before we get into the other stuff here. If you want to see what she's up to, go to KarinaRykman.com, at Karina Rykman on Instagram. I'm not even going to say she's getting ready to hit the road hard starting July 1st, doing a few dates supporting My Morning Jacket.
Oh, shit.
And then running from July 1st, she's got dates going all the way through the beginning of December.
Wow. My Morning Jacket. That's a good combination.
That's a big get. Too,
yeah.
Man. That's a hell of a show.
Mm-hmm.
And she'll be back here November 15th at Mississippi Studios.
Hell yeah.
Right on, Karina.
All right. So let's do the thing. We have some news for y'all. Some things coming up that we want to tell y'all about. First of all, right now, today, it's exactly a week from Mojo Family Fest.
Ooh.
There are still tickets available. No Simple Road is going to be there.
It's almost sure to sell out.
Yeah.
Y'all.
Bodie Mojo, Magic Beans, Family Mystic, Sponge, and a host of other Pacific Northwest amazing folks are going to be playing this. And this is 3 days of camping out at Red Mud Ranch. We just got off the phone with Jack a few minutes ago. There's a river like 75 feet from the stage where we're going to be doing our live podcast.
Yeah, described loosely as some kind of a lazy river that kind of goes around the place.
Yeah.
So fun can be had in the water.
So if you're looking for something to do next weekend, come hang out with us at Mojo Family Fest. Tickets are still available. You can go to bodiemojo.com and get your tickets right now.
Wow.
And then also, this is really cool, man. No Simple Road is presenting the John T.
Wow.
Here in the Pacific Northwest. We are super stoked and excited to be the ones presenting those guys up here for their 6-show run, man.
Yeah, that's a pretty good 6 shows on the, is it the Pacific Northwest or is it just the West?
It's Pacific
Northwest.
Northwest.
All right.
Yeah.
Here, I'm pulling up the dates right now. I should have done this before we started, but I didn't.
Well, sometimes it takes a second.
I said we got a lot to talk about. I was just blown away by that we're presenting.
We are presenting. So 8:20 at the Ruins in Hood River.
8:21 at the High Dive in Seattle.
8:22 at the Volcanic Theater Pub in Bend, Oregon.
And then Talent Club 8:23
in Talent, Oregon. And the 8:24 at the Goodfoot here in good old PDX.
That's our spot. And then 8:25 the Big Dirty in Eugene.
That's right. Tickets are available now at thejaunt.com. And then they're doing something really cool with this tour. So they have a poster that's available at the shows, right? 18 by 24 poster, and it has a QR on the code on the back that gives access to a free black and white version. And there's a maze, and the free black and white version is for you to try and solve the maze. And also there's a free NFT version as a digital collectible too when you buy the poster. So check this out. Anybody who like correctly solves the maze, you send the maze to this email address and you're entered into a drawing for these 3 prizes. So the first prize is the golden ticket. And that's 2 tickets to any John T show for a year, which is huge.
It's a whole year of the John T. Come on.
Yep. And then second prize is a signed poster, merch package, and 2 free tickets to the John T show of your choice. That's nothing to sneeze at. And then third prize is 2 free tickets to the show of your choice. So,
but more than that they're doing, they're getting everyone involved. This is like such a cool thing to. Of course, they're already given everything they got on those dates, but then they're adding some fun and some extra like brain work and some food for you to just like be involved with the band or be involved with the band.
As an avid poster buyer and collector too, that just like it gives you something else.
Yeah.
To do.
It's like liner notes.
Poster. I'm going to get a poster anyway, so you're getting like a bonus, and that's dope.
Yeah, and then also in August, they're going to be releasing their first vinyl from their live show in Sandpoint, Idaho during the last run up here in February. It's going to be through Heady Wax Fiends.
Yeah.
Those are friends of the show too.
John T is doing it up, and No Simple Road is proud to present the John T on their Pacific Northwest run.
Can I say ta-da?
You can.
Ta-da! Like presenting. Ta-da! Yay, that's a new one for us.
I forgot too. The week of each of those shows, stay tuned to No Simple Road's Instagram. We're going to be doing ticket giveaways for each of the shows. So that'll be happening. That's pretty exciting.
Yeah.
All right. So we'll do our business and then move on.
Yeah.
All right. Follow No Simple Road at No Simple Road on the social thing. Go to our website, which is www.nosimpleroad.com. Make sure to sign up for our newsletter, get yourself some merch, get a tarot reading from Mel and I, all the things that you do on a website. All our back episodes are up there, and you can find them. There's a little search thing, and you can type in an artist's name, and then it brings you to a page that has that artist's podcast with us. Pretty cool.
There you go.
I love that. You're welcome.
You can go to patreon.com/No Simple Road. That is how you can financially support the show. Now, look, No Simple Road does cost $1 a month. But here's the thing. Nobody's checking. It's the honor system. So do the honorable thing. Go to patreon.com/No Simple Road. Sign up. You get the Friday episodes a day early and ad-free. You get Connor's picks, which is Grateful Dead and Jerry Garcia band picks from one of the smartest Grateful Dead historians that I know. Connor's pretty amazing. You get my picks. Apple's picks. We're picking a lot of picks.
We're picking a lot of things.
Picking some picks.
Yep. So go over there and check out what's going on. You can actually sign up for free and get a taste and decide if you want to sign up for that $1 or more. Then you can call 971-808-1524.
That is the Tepid line.
No Simple Road Tepid line, where you have 3 minutes to say whatever you want. We don't have any new calls this week, but we will.
We don't.
Oh, you know what?
Yeah,
I'm lying. Hold on.
Did we get one?
He specifically told me today.
I forgot.
Oh,
all right.
Okay. We got a new one coming in.
Hey guys, it's Rain. I'm hoping you can actually hear me. I'm in my car. I'm the world's worst at leaving messages.
Doing good.
Nailing it.
But anyway, I was just so touched because I haven't had the chance to listen to podcasts in a while, and I was missing you guys something fierce. And I just finished off your weekly rewind, and the ending, the song. No simple road, no simple road.
That's pretty good, Rain.
I can't tell you what hearing that did for me at the very end of that episode. I miss you guys.
We miss you too.
Man, so and I always daydream of trip reports, probably while I'm tripping, allegedly. And then I don't make them. But tell you what.
Me too.
This last year, I don't even know how to. It's just been so much between Jazz Fest. It's like when people ask, "What did you go see?" and then I have to slow down. I'm like, "Oh my gosh! What did I not see?" Karina Rykman, Lettuce, Government Mule. Oh my gosh! Well, we can't even go. Carl Denson's Tiny Universe. Oh my gosh! I'm already forgetting so much.
Yeah, it happens.
And then here in town at our final music hall, we've had awesome music as well. There was Dopapod. What else? Oh, and guess what? That track, of course, I sent a picture. It's so wonderful to see NSR family member in the wild. And so I saw Nathaniel at Jazz Fest too, which was super cool. I have a friend, Amy, that was at the Sphere for Fish, and she came and stayed with me right after that. And that was so super cool. Oh, and she got one of the Fish pendants like you guys have. Anyway, it was her birthday and whatnot. But anyhow, she's a fan of you guys. No, a listener.
Yeah.
Right on, Amy. Thanks for listening.
Yeah, this is what I do. So I completely sidetracked myself. Come to Hula, please come to Hula.
We're working on it, man.
I feel like that is. I actually was saying this to myself today, this morning. I was like, oh my gosh, if Visible Road would just come to Halloween this year, that would just be the cake top.
Wait, there's more.
And so in case that last little bit got cut off, I just wanted to say that if No Simple Road was able to come to Halloween this year, that would be the cake topper, the absolute cake topper.
For us,
if you ever want me to tell you the story about the cake topper, please do. Please do.
Cliffhanger.
It's this one time at Burning Man story.
Okay.
Anyhow, love you guys to pieces. And I wish I could, Daniel Donato. I'm like, Aggie. Oh my gosh. Oh, and then there was, Daniel Donato and Aggie. Which was complete magic. Oh, it's just been nonstop. And I think of you guys all the time. Aww. And it's great to have Sam out there.
Aww.
Love you.
Oh,
it's spanky booty time.
Yes, Rain.
Killed it, Rain.
She texted me today also, in addition to that phone call. And she's a long-time listener, a really long-time listener. And it feels like a literal, I have a sister in Florida. It feels like that. Every now and then she's like, what's up? We were just talking and she was like, what are you up to? I was like, oh, I'm watching Jasper. And she said, it's spanky booty time.
Yeah, it definitely is.
And so, yeah, Rain, thank you for calling and brightening up our day.
Putting a smile on our faces, making us giggle.
And hey, Rain, just so you know, I am brewing my cauldron to get us to hula.
Yeah.
I'm working
We're
on
figuring it out.
I have irons in the fire right now. Let's just say it like that. All right. So that is the tepid line.
There it is.
971-808-1524.
That's a great example of how you do it. You use the 3 minutes and then like, oh, wait, I got a little bit more to tack on.
That's right. Do we have any new reviews this week?
No new reviews, but if you'd like to be, last one we had was May 31st. So June, you can still be the 1st of June.
Be our Juner.
Anyway, it's not a contest. It just helps us get recognition.
A little bit of a contest.
Go over there. Okay. Yeah, I guess it is. I'm trying to, make it.
Well, the last time I said I was going to do something for somebody and we got this awesome review and that literally made my day.
Well, see,
so,
you want to make Mel's day, leave a review
I'm not gonna threaten to make something now because you should just do it. But if I have to, I will.
And Darwin would also appreciate it.
Yeah, go on Apple Podcasts and leave us a review that helps other people find out about the show. But most importantly, tell somebody you love about No Simple Road.
Yeah.
And beyond that, we are going to
just like one that was a great example from Rain. She told somebody about us. Now they're listening. And
she did all the things. She left a review of a trip report. She told us about what's going on with her life. Yep. She called out special musicians and she told a friend.
That's right. That's how you do.
And she went and saw Karina.
Yeah,
that's actually true. All right, let's get him to this conversation with the one and only Karina Rykman. You guys ready?
All right.
We're ready.
All right. Without further ado, the No Simple Road crew gives you
Karina Rykman.
Here we go.
Yo.
Yeah.
Hello.
Well, hey, wait, let's do it for real. Yeah, there we go.
That's what I expect from you guys. Yo, look at you looking so good. What's going on?
What's up, Karina?
We're hanging out with Karina this morning.
Well,
what
wait,
are you up
should we
to?
say Katrina?
Okay.
Ooh, yeah. You see the joke that keeps on giving. It's great.
It doesn't stop.
It don't stop. It don't stop. That's why you have to adopt it yourself and then use it yourself because it's funny.
Is that like a thing that actually happens to you?
Like round the clock. You have no idea how much it happens to me.
Just inserting a T wherever you want, you know?
Whatever. Fuck it.
Just call me whatever you want. Why don't you just call me, Portia DeHorny while we're at it?
Oh, I like that.
How about that? You want me to have a new name? Fucking give me a better one.
What's up?
Anyway.
How you been?
Dang.
I'm so good, you guys. Everything's great. Thanks for taking the time and inviting me back. This is so charming.
Oh,
I'm
charming. I love it.
Are you at home?
I'm at home. I'm in the loft, dude. I'm upstairs. I'm upstairs in the loft. Yeah, totally. Everything is great.
Where's home?
Now it's Williamsburg, Brooklyn, guys. I moved in with Johnny, my boyfriend. We live here. It's very charming. Everything's great. Yeah, no, we're and we have like an upstairs thing where all my music shit is, and that's where I'm speaking to you from. It's great.
Right on.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, man. Last time we talked to you, you were like in a small apartment in the city, right?
Sure. Well, it wasn't small. But it was in the city for sure. I lived there for 10 years with my best friend, Isaac, and
Yeah.
it was difficult to leave just because that's my, I'd only ever lived two places, my parents' apartment and that apartment.
Oh,
it was
shit.
like you live at, on the Upper West Side, like forever. And then I moved in there at, when we started NYU and stayed for 10 years.
So that was a big deal
so
for you to move to Brooklyn then.
We have a new sponsor. Well, not new. A sponsor that's back.
Recurring. Yes.
That's right. VenueLlama.com. It's called VenueLlama.com.
Venue Llama.
It's an online resource that provides live music fans with the insider venue info that you need. It's a place where we fans can quickly rate venues and share various tips and intel. I did air quotes. Intel about those venues. VenueLlama.com is out now, so head over there and sign up for your free Llama account and start rating and sharing your insider venue info today. You can also list your favorite scene-friendly businesses, websites, or podcasts on the Venue Llama Friends page. It's like Yelp for venues.
That's right.
Yeah. By us. That's
Buy us for us.
That's the most important thing. Yes, by us. We know what's up and what we're looking for.
Yeah, man. You know about the security. You go on Venue Llama, you tell everybody about what's up with the security. You know about the water fill stations at a particular spot.
Right, or what best place to walk into.
Or what hotel is dope to stay at where they don't give you a hard time for having a tank in your room at 4 o'clock
Or
in the
maybe
morning.
some vegan eats near your hotel.
That too. So go to VenueLlama.com, sign up for your free Llama account, and get going today. VenueLlama.com.
Oh, tell me about it. I mean, honestly, I'll tell you, it's a running joke. It's a running joke among us that I don't tell anybody that I live. Because it's a super, like when you're from Manhattan, you're born with these, mental problems, where you just think nothing could compare to Manhattan, which is true. And, even though I'm looking, I literally see Manhattan right over there. We're one stop away, by the way. This is like the most.
Oh, heck yeah.
Perfect.
It's basically Manhattan, you know what I mean? It's basically there, but it's not quite there. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
It's just not. I'm always going there. Every day I'm going. But I'd like to wake up and be there like I was for the first 30 years of my life. You know what I'm saying? So this is new.
Yes.
This is new. It's all good. We're not complaining. This is wonderful. But you asked and I'm telling.
Hell
you
yeah.
asked.
You know what? With last time we talked, we were actually getting ready to. I was getting ready to go for the very first time. I had
that's
no
right.
idea.
We were asking about
frame
pizza
of
places.
reference for what
Right.
we're talking about.
Yeah,
And-
yeah. No, I mean, listen, it's a lot of, and look, if you're not from here and you came to Manhattan and you're just like, wait, you want
To be
to
there.
wake up
I
here?
get it.
Yeah, yeah. And I'm like, yeah, nothing else compares. I like when we're here, I'm like, what, are we in the suburbs? I'm like, this is too quaint. There's too many, like, where are the big buildings? Like, we want, like, the skyscraper, like, the big business. We want, like,
I want a rat standing outside my door when I walk out.
Yeah. Which, by the way, there's plenty of that in Brooklyn. But yeah, anyway,
You're not missing
out on
that.
that.
we're missing out on very, very little. But this is all just literally, this is nothing. This is hearsay. This
Right
is,
on. Congratulations on stepping it up, moving in the next step.
Thanks, dude. We'll be back. We'll be back in Manhattan soon. Don't worry. Don't worry about me.
Yeah,
I'm
your
fine. I'm
your
doing
roots
great.
are there. You're
My
rooted.
roots are, yeah. And it's very like, I have a 212 cell phone number. I'm like, this is
indeed.
like, when I think of myself, I think Manhattan. It's like, it's a self-image thing. It's and so I'm like, okay, right on.
Totally get it.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's what's fun.
living up here in the Pacific Northwest for 8 years. I mean, we came from Vegas, and I still like 8 years later, I don't think I think of myself as a Las Vegas person. I don't even know if that exists. Like,
But when you lived
Wait,
there, you didn't
you're not-
either.
Are you from Las Vegas? No.
None of us
for
are
30
born.
years, man.
None of us were born there. I was born in L.A.
So was I.
And so was Aaron, but I moved there when I was 4.5, and then the whole rest of my life there. So
So
Wow.
people do live there.
They do.
It's crazy.
well, it's easy to
It's
not.
unbelievable.
It changes so fast. Like going back, it doesn't feel like home because everything has changed so quickly in Vegas. They
Right.
tear it down and put up something new, so it's a new landscape every time we go back.
So speaking of change, we've changed the format of the show. No Simple Road is now a podcast about other musicians' experiences at the Sphere.
Yeah, you're gonna have to call Flavor Flav. Yeah, you're gonna have to call Flavor Flav, dude. Yeah, wow.
First of all, I think that your little snippet video that you put up is probably one of the funniest things I've seen from the Fish Run. Because I was waiting for that to happen all 4 nights and I never saw it, but I guess you got to see somebody just completely eat shit.
Yeah, which is why, and it's a good argument for why all photos should be live photos. I'm actually not a proponent of the live photo. I think it's weird, because sometimes somebody sends me a live photo and I check it out, and there's a second of it before they took the photo that I'm like, oh, I wish I didn't see that, right?
Digging in their nose.
Yeah, it can be weird. I'm kind of maybe fewer live photos, but now I'm a changed woman since that Sphere photo was taken. Yeah, I was taking a picture with my dear friends, Ricky Blakesberg and Steph Port, and a gentleman in the row behind us just toppled right in to the row below him, and we were like, whoa! And after it happened, we were like, holy shit, maybe that's in the photo. And it absolutely was. It absolutely was a live photo. Yeah. And we, but I'll tell you, he was fine, by the way. If that guy was fucked up, if he was not fine, I would have never posted that. I'm not a savage. I'm just a savage.
We've seen you play, Karina. You're a savage. Come on.
I'm not unkind. There you go. He was fine. It was just one row. It's not like he toppled down 10 rows or something, I'll tell you, this Sphere is a place where falling I felt close to falling every minute, and I was stone cold sober that entire time. It's very disorienting, to look up and it just be that cavernous and that high above you. It's just, I don't know. And I don't know, did you have this feeling when you walked in the tunnel, into the house, it just is this crazy sensory change.
The atmosphere, you could feel an barometric atmospheric pressure change when you walk in there. It's ready for something to go down.
Yeah. If it felt like boarding when we were walking in, it's I feel like I'm going on a spaceship and this thing is going to take off, which it kind of does.
It turns out it actually does. Yeah. What a disorienting experience. I mean, in a great way. It was, I had no plans of I was such an idiot. Because of course, you think now that I did it, I'm like, Karina, you can't miss Fish at the Sphere again. That's not a thing to miss. What? And it was one of those rare weekends off for me. Wow. But I didn't, and now I don't know. My life is different now, so that I don't, when I was in high school, it was you plan everything around the Fish Run and you're all whatever. But now I don't plan anything like that because gigs just pop up and then you're disappointed, but you shouldn't be disappointed. You should be stoked you have a gig, you know what I mean? Right. And whatever. So I was just I'm not even going to try. Whatever happens. And I just didn't sort myself out for the Sphere because I figured I'd have a gig, but guess what? I didn't have a gig. And then blah, 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 long story short. And then my friend was like, wait, so you're not coming? And I'm like, yeah, I'm not coming. He's like, no, but you're free. And I'm like, yeah, I'm free. He's like, all right, well, you're coming with us and carry the two, yeah. So that, semantics. Yeah. But having done all that, I really can't imagine having missed it, right. Just because and what's cool about all this is that for Fish, I feel like this was almost the most mainstream press they've ever gotten in a lot of ways. Mm-hmm. I was just the Sphere that I don't know, what was it? CNN? I don't know. There were some news outlets covering this shit that I was like, damn, okay. This is a whole thing for the boys from Vermont, and it's I was really happy to see the debut of them.
As a musician in that space, what's your take on the sound and the experience of that? Cause I'm curious from your perspective, cause I know for me what it was, but for you as somebody that does that thing, what was your take?
I mean, well, I'll be frank, which is that on the first night we were in the 200s. I was in 200s every single night, but the first one we were all the way over on the right You know, not stage right, camera right. So like mic side, right?
Right.
All the way over. And for the first 5 songs of the first set, we were all like, oh no, oh dear, like what is going on? Like they gotta figure this out. Like what? Like it was just, it clearly, you know, like, cause you can sound check and you can sound check and you can sound check with an empty sphere or an empty, you know, go fuck yourself room that I play for 200 people or whatever. And then once you put the people in the room, it kind of changes things. And of course, at that scale, it really changes things and whatever. So I don't know. We were all kind of looking at each other like, are you hearing that? Like, what is going on? It just sounded like something that had to be dialed in.
Yeah.
That wasn't yet, you know? And then like.
Was that night 1, Karina?
Night one. Yeah. And then I think by Dirt, maybe I'm, you know, I think, yeah, there was, and then things kind of congealed. Mm-hmm. And then we were like, oh, okay, now it sounds like a Fish concert, but like a really cool one. You know what I mean? And you're like, okay, here we go. But there was that one moment where we were all kind of looking at each other like, like, you know, and I was with like, you know, concert industry professionals, you know, who won't be named, but everybody was like, oh shit, like, you know, what's going on with the sound? Like, this is scary. And then from then on out, it was immaculate. It was spectacular. It was like kind of like hearing music for the first time. Yes. In like the best way. It was incredible. And by the way, we were back in those seats on the last night. You know, so it's not like I'm like, oh, it was just the seats. No, like everything got dialed in. Like, you know, I think it was something, I don't know. And then they figured it out and we were then completely transfixed by the sound and everything was incredible. I got, you know, we shifted around that section every night. So one night we were in the middle, then we were on that side, then we're on this side, then we're, you know, blah, blah, blah. But it was incredible. On the sound, you know, except for that one little moment in the beginning, which of course, like, dude, I mean, you know, what a hard, all that. It's an incredible feat to pull something like that off. Let's just call a spade a spade. Incredible feat. Incredible. And to make it feel like not this like kind of just, you know, stock IMAX bullshit. Cheesy. Oh, let's just project some bullshit on the screen and everybody can whatever. Like it really felt like Fish, you know, it felt like they did an amazing job making it feel like them, you know, and that's really cool.
Yeah, man. It was
so fun. Like we said, to see musicians like them, it was a brand new experience for everybody, including the band. Seeing them staring up at their graphics and what they'd created. They were like children at points, like, while they're playing, like, holy shit, look what we did. Like, that was one of the coolest things to see.
Do you think is it tough for you, Karina? Like you said, you know, back in high school, everything was planned around Fish and, you know, doing the thing. Is it an adjustment as you start to get busier as a musician to shift away from that? Do you feel like a loss? Nothing goes better with music than a nice mushroom chocolate.
That's right.
It's true. Kind of true. And so
I wouldn't say nothing. Well, there's some other things that can, but Melt premium mushrooms, that's at the high.
That is what you do. Go to Instagram and follow @meltmushrooms, MELTMUSHROOMS. Damn, I almost forgot how to spell mushrooms in the middle of saying that. Go follow them over on Instagram and shoot them a DM. Tell them No Simple Road sent you. And for the month of June, you are getting buy one, get one half off.
That's a pretty darn good deal.
Yeah, man. If you're headed to the Sphere, you can double up on what you need for fuel.
Yeah, and as far as the fuel goes, they got 10 delicious flavors of bars. They got the mini chocolates. They have 3 flavors of gummies, and they have capsules if you don't enjoy candy or chocolate.
That is confounding to me. Who doesn't like deliciousness?
Some people might not be able to have sugar or something.
And you know, a good friend of mine, when she has chocolate, she gets migraines. So there's capsules, there's gummies for you.
And when I eat chocolate, it makes me want more.
That's true. Every bar has 4 grams of their sacred mushroom blend in it. So you know, the whole thing is the whole thing. And it also has a bunch of other adaptogens and wonderful stuff to help it go down smooth and make you happy. So go check out @meltmushrooms on Instagram. Tell them we sent you.
No. The part that part doesn't bother me at all.
Okay.
That part is totally fine. That part is the biggest blessing.
Yeah.
You know, like to be, and I always, you know, I'd always rather be playing than attending. And even though, you know me, I'm a veritable live music junkie. Like I love live music. I go and see, when I'm not playing it, I go and see it as much as I can. And that's like it's a part of me, you know, and whatever. So like, that's all good. But you know, from the beginning, I'd always rather be playing a show than seeing a show. That's never going to change and never has changed. And I feel super lucky when I have a gig, you know, it's only music. Yeah. You know? So that's all good. That part is not anything to feel any sort of way about. But the part that is a little bit kind of also, like, you know, so lucky and so incredible. The part that's a little bit hard to adjust to is like when I was back in the day, I was anonymous, very anonymous. You know, I was just a girl, and now I'm not. And I love that. And you know me, I'm a woman of the people. I love meeting people. I love to, like, it's all, you know, I'm not like a reclusive, like, introvert musician or anything like that. I'm not, which is great for me. But also there are those times where like you go and look, I'm famous in one place and it's a Fish concert. So that's totally fucking fine and totally fucking cool. But like, you know, and 9 times out of 10, I'm like, this is amazing. And people are so cool. And it's so nice to meet people who like recognize me at these shows and whatever. And it's great. But then on the 10th time, you know, it's
annoying.
It's just hard. It's just hard, you know, where you're just like, dude, I just like literally like, all I want is to be left alone with my friends to enjoy this Fish concert. You know what I mean? Because like, the 9 people, like the first 9 people will be awesome. And you'll be like, awesome. And then the 10th person will literally like,
hey, Katrina.
They'll like assault you. And I'm like, I'm getting assaulted at the Fish concert? I mean, what kind of a life is this? This is terrible. I don't want to be assaulted at the Fish concert, called the wrong name, and then asked when I'm coming to Tuscaloosa. I don't know. That last part is good. You can totally ask me when I'm coming to Tuscaloosa. That's all fine. But yeah, that's been the only thing it's gotten more and more and more intense, which is a good thing in theory. Like, you know what I mean?
It's
like,
not going to get less. It won't get less.
Right. Well, thanks. You know,
you're going up, Karina. Like, that's it. There's nowhere else for you to go but up.
Yes, I appreciate that. Well, you know, and that's all. This is a very, 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 like, this is, you know, these are small uptown problems, guys. This is all good. I'm stoked to deal with any of it. And I love meeting people. I really do. After all my shows, I run in the merch booth and I meet every single motherfucker who wants to, like, you know what I mean? I will stand there for 3 hours after the show. I'll sign things after. And by the way, nobody brings me water. No water. I don't drink during the show. I'm thirsty as hell. I'm meeting Joe Blow. I'm thirsty.
I could use a drink.
I'm thirsty. Nobody brings me. I'm kind of a psycho that I don't drink anything on stage. 2 hour show, nothing ever.
Why?
Ever.
Holy crap.
That is psycho.
It slows me down. Like, like that second that I would take to unscrew the Crystal Geyser fucking bottle of water. It's like, I don't have that second.
What about a sippy cup? Come on, just let it be ready for you. An easy sip and then down.
That's it. We're sending you a sippy cup. No Simple Road.
Would you ever see Mark Lanigan with the sippy cup? I don't fucking think so. I don't want, no. You see Kurt Cobain with the sippy cup? No.
But a bottled water after to pick up your, merch.
I joke, of course, like, because there's sometimes like in a tour where like the first 2 days nobody brings me water, and then we'll be in the van. And I'll be like, guys, by the way, maybe a water, and then whoever's working for me is like, oh shit, yeah, of course, blah, blah, blah. But actually, I'm moving on up in the world. I have a tour manager now for the first time.
Yeah. First time. Congratulations on that.
Thank you. Huge deal for me, because I have tour managed absolutely everything by myself this entire time up until like a month ago, and that's just, it's hard.
That's
hard.
A lot.
So a month in.
Like my phone number was on the rider, like, it was like, so like when the people were doing the rider shop, they'd call me, like, which is all good. And I love, again, we wear all the hats. It's all good, but it's cool to wear like one, like half less of one hat.
I get
Take a little bit of it off. And
so
a little bit, that's my,
A month into it, how has it changed things for you to have somebody handling some shit for you?
Dude, you have no idea. Well, first of all, let's shout him out. Charlie Horn.
Charlie, what's up, Charlie?
Wait.
Yeah, give him a round of applause.
There you go, Charlie. That's for you, buddy.
Thank you. He is incredible, dude. And it just like, I mean, we had our biggest headlining show to date a couple weeks ago in New York. And it was one of those shows where it was just like, oh, like if I hadn't had Charlie, looking back, oh my God, like I couldn't have done it. Like the show would have fallen apart 17 times. There's no way that you do that without a Charlie, you know? And Charlie just stepped right in. He set up the merch. Do you know how long I would take in my day setting up my merch?
Dang.
And teaching the merch guy how to do it just to get off the stage and run to merch and do it myself? Like, you know, that was such a huge part of my life. And you know, Charlie just came in, he set that shit up, made it look beautiful. He was also like, you know, of course, with me, because I'm a lunatic and I invite a certain level of lunacy into my life, you know, there were like a lot of side quests going on with this concert, you know? So there's like the post-show oyster party. There's the pre-show barbecue being dropped off. There's, well, actually, this is funny. I had one friend who asked me if he could bring his kid to sound check. And I said, absolutely. Sounds great. Why don't you text Charlie? And Charlie will sort you out. And then somewhere in there, it became my friend and his kid to like, he invites the whole neighborhood. There's like, you know, like 10 kids running around and everybody's like, whoa, what's going on? I'm like, oh shit, didn't know. But it was great. It was a beautiful, wholesome, spectacular experience. Karina's for the children. It's all good. But, you know, just those little things. I was just like, here's Charlie's number. Here's Charlie's number. Here's Charlie's number. Where you would have been your girl, me being like, hello? Oh shit, they're downstairs with all the ice. They're downstairs with 200 oysters. We got to go get them. You know what I mean? Like, they're here with the barbecue. Like, you know, I would have been, you know, dealing with all the side quests as well as the actual things that pertain to the concert. So
it gives you a lot of freedom. A lot more.
I mean, there were so few times, like, yeah, it gives me a ton of, yes, the real fact of the matter is that the amount that I was able to focus on the music was very little. Very little.
That's what I was about to ask, Karina. Like how, like, so because all that stuff, even though if it's not having a problem, you're still utilizing your time. So it's a lot to think about. And then so when you go on stage, like you didn't have time to really think about it at all before.
No. And it's, I mean, you do, but you don't, like, it takes away so much of that creative, like that the shit that I need to be focusing on, you know? And it's like, I understand the value of a tour manager so much, even though, cause I am an asshole. I'm just like, I can do everything. I'm fine. Nobody can, I got this, you know, that's like the Karina methodology. That's, you know, the Karina idiocy, you know, and whatever, but like, that's not cool. Like, that's not good for me. That's not good for anybody. Cause it takes away from what I should be focused on. You know what I mean? So now, I mean, yeah, Charlie has been incredible. And Charlie was also there with me, for the Backwoods Barbie saga, which we don't have to like dwell on because it's been, you know, but whatever. But when I was the fake Beyonce at Stagecoach, Charlie was, you know, driving me all around Los Angeles because he worked the 2 Coachella weekends and he worked Stagecoach just separate from me. So he was in LA that week between. So I had my guy, like, you know, and by the way, Charlie, fantastic driver. Your girl, no license. You see how this works? You see how this works? You know, things are, you know, all of these things are just, you know, really valuable skills. So it was really fun. And he was like deep in the trenches with me and Katie, Miss Backwoods Barbie herself. Like, you know, he was just sitting there and we were deep in the lab figuring out the BPMs and the whole thing. So he got a front row seat to a lot of insanity right up front.
Did those people really?
Let's hear that. Come on. Did you mind?
Did they really think that it was going to be her?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, thousands and thousands and thousands of people at in the tent, absolutely thinking it was her. That's why, I mean, did you see the video? You got to see the video. Like when we make our entrance and we are the biggest trolls of all time playing Single Ladies, like, oh yeah, they thought it was going to be her, you know? And we were just like, oh boy, here we go. I mean, the cheer was deafening. The cheer was like something I'd never heard in my entire life. I don't know if I'll ever hear it again.
Wow.
And of course, that was like the funny, like, oh my God, like, you know, stepping out and just being like, oh boy, here we go. Yep, Dave, yep. And then I'm like, stagecoach. And it's just me and Katie. Oh God. It was out of hand. It really was. It really was one of those, like, just those things that'll never happen again. And you're just like, wow, like what a friggin' thing.
I think I have to hand it to you. I think you might win an award for fucking with the most amount of people.
Thank you. No, that's what I was saying after that. I was like, I think I might be the Sacha Baron Cohen of country right now.
Hell yeah.
Because as I put on that outfit, which by the way, can I just say, literally you're catching me at a great day because tonight, I'm going to see Chris Stapleton and George Strait.
Hell yeah.
At MetLife Stadium where the Giants play, and I am going to wear my Backwoods Barbie outfit.
Yes.
I'm not. And by the way, I've been staring at this outfit. Like I haven't even put it away because that's how like, I still don't even believe that this happened. You know what I mean? I'm like, wow, look at this. Did this happen? Like it was such a weird microcosm of life and art and so weird, you know? So I'm just like, oh my God, an opportunity to wear this again. And by the way, I looked great. I was like, shit.
Oh yeah.
Fantastic. Both of you.
I was like, you telling me that I could look like this all the time and I choose to look like Miss T-shirt and jeans just rolled out of bed? It's ridiculous. But you know, meanwhile, I'm not changing.
It's nice to switch it up every now and then, you know?
I'm changing for nobody, but except for tonight, I'm very excited to wear my little costume. But anyway, when we were doing the thing and I was like putting on like this, I felt like Borat, you know what I mean? Like he puts on the costume and then goes and trolls the people. I was all like, hey y'all and yeehaw, you know, and fucking we were making it happen.
That's so dope. That's so dope.
It was just funny as hell. It was just funny as hell. I mean, you can't script this shit, man.
No, do you feel like when, because I know you can't really see people too well from stage because of lights or whatever, but what was the like,
that's why I want to know the reaction.
Front row reaction to you?
Well, that's a good question. I'll tell you, the thing that happened was we come out, everybody, the most deafening cheers you've ever heard in your life. I say Stagecoach, and then we hit play on the first song. And people, you know, for the first maybe 15 or 20 minutes, it's full. And by the way, this is conflicting with Post Malone.
Whoa.
Biggest artists of all time. Like literally, like this is like, you know, and by the way, if that were me and I went to like, I skipped Post Malone to go see my bitch ass, like on like and it wasn't Beyonce, I would be like pissed, you know, personally. And we had all this extra security. I was sure we were going to get shit thrown at us. Like didn't all good, but I was like, yo, this could be bad. Like, I don't know, like what's going to happen. But for the first like 15, 20 minutes, place was full. But then slowly thereafter, I think people started to figure out, okay, this ain't Beyonce, you know, and whatever, which was great. And then so people started, you could see the crowd dwindle. You could. But I'll tell you, there's this great video of me, you know, the very last song was Man, I Feel Like a Woman. Great remix of it, by the way. Which I'll send you. I'm really into this remix. So I had to, by the way, the stage, this was the Diplo Honky Tonk stage, right? And so Honky Tonk stage comes with dancers, okay?
Hell yeah.
The Diplo Honky Tonk dancers that are led by a woman who I believe was named Shireen. Incredible, who's just like, hey y'all, like y'all want the dancers for the whole set, half the set, a specific song, like what do y'all want? Like, cause some people don't want the dancers to detract from the DJs themselves. And Katie, my girl, was like in charge, like smoking, she's like, nah, keep them up there. I'm like, yeah, of course, keep them up there. So anyway, they were like doing all these choreographed dance moves. It was amazing. And for the last song, I got down in front with them and danced with them.
Hell yeah.
And the video that you see, like you see the crowd in this, and it's there's still thousands of people there. There are people who actively skipped Post Malone for this. You know what I mean? Like this is real. Like I could not even believe it. So,
well,
you know,
Karina, think about that. For you, like they stayed. They did not leave. They stayed and freaking were invested in what you were up to.
Because they wanted to hear "Man, I Feel Like a Woman." I get it.
They were waiting for that.
Yeah. Listen, when the Shania hits.
That's right.
Well, who came up with the idea? Was this proposed to you or?
No. This was all my girl Katie. My girl, who she's a living legend, not a musician, not a DJ, not, but she has a lot of friends in high places, and she's one of these people that you want around. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
Katie's a person who and by the way, she really knows her country music. So I will, so she gets hired to DJ at Stagecoach under the name DJ Backwoods Barbie because she's friends with the people who put it on and they asked her to do this, you know? So she gets this slot and it's, is it an inside joke? Sort of between them. Like, it's like, Katie's going to DJ in the Diplo Honky Tonk Day. Yeah, great. And then she calls me being like, yo, you want to tag team this with me? Like knowing that like I kind of know my way around the decks and like can DJ and whatever. Meanwhile, it's like, if I know my way around the decks, that's cool. But like she knows all that music. This was a huge blind spot in your girl. Like I had never heard a Morgan Wallen song until, you know what I mean? And now I'm like, okay, now I know all this music just because I had to learn it for the thing and whatever. Yeah. So she came up with what we played and then we, digested how fast the tunes were, what the order was going to be, carry the two. You get it.
I got it. And so now Karina's next album is all bluegrass.
That's correct. Dude, and shout out, by the way, so my producer who I have written all my fucking songs with, shout out Gabe Monroe, right? Gabe Monroe, he actually we called him and I was like, dude, we need to remix Mama Tried. We need to remix Honky Tonk Women, and he was all up in there putting it. It was like we called it Illegal Merle because what we did to Merle Haggard is so fucking illegal. We put like the Jersey Club beat on. It was like boom, 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 boom. First, I remember no one was allowed to whistle blowing. Yeah, it was so unhinged and it went right in the set, guys, right in the set. So fun. Shout out Gabe, multi-talented individual, and that's the wingspan of Backwoods Barbie. Really, she touched so many.
Yeah, I mean,
1 week in LA, it was really big. And I would walk into dinners, by the way, and like leading up to it, once people, my friends knew, you know, and everybody, oh shit, when the news dropped, and it was all over Billboard and by the way, news meaning rumor. Sorry.
Yeah.
Rumor. I don't know what happened, but it's on TMZ and Time Magazine and Good Morning America. Everybody thinks that this is going to be a secret Beyonce set, but it's literally just not, So everybody's writing me all this shit. And I would walk into dinners and people would be like, oh, Beyonce. So great for you to join us. And I'm like, this is funny. This is funny shit.
It seems it's been going pretty fucking good. All cylinders hitting every time lately. Does it feel like that for you?
It kind of does. And you know what? This is the first, I had a private gig on Monday and then I don't have another gig till the 29th, right? So this is literally of this entire year, the longest stretch between gigs that I've had, right? And so actually it's funny that you say that because I feel like this is the first reflective moment I've had.
Oh shit.
Well,
just because it's hard when you're go and busy, and you're just like, okay, now that gig's done. Now let's prepare for this. And it's you're playing on Seth Meyers, Backwoods Barbie, my own gigs, festival, headline, whatever it might be, open it, all this shit you have to kind of put on a similar yet different hat for, or just you have to wrap your head around things differently. It's also just what gear do I need? What's the, so yes, to answer your question, now that I've slowed down for 45 seconds, which is great. Yeah. And literally it's been, this is Saturday, by the way, the gig was on Monday.
And you're already talking with us. So you haven't really slowed down.
Dude, this week I've been on Sirius XM. I had a Bass Magazine interview. I did this interview with, it's called Axe Lords with Dave Hill. I've had so many interviews this week. And I've written so many songs and I've been in the studio and it's been incredible and all these things and whatever. But, so I'm laughing at myself saying that I'm slowing down because I've been busy.
Yeah, you're just not playing
in another direction, Yeah, but it's different. I'm just not gigging. And for me, I'm so obsessed with gigs. All I want is to play live. Everything, this interview, everything is just in order to keep playing live. Do you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Everything. which I don't think every musician feels that way. I think some people love being in the studio, people love being home, like, you know, all these things and whatever. But for me, it's all in service of getting on stage. I love getting on stage more than anything, like almost to a sick degree, you know? And I'm like, shit, Karina loves playing live. But yeah, now that I've been able to think about it, it's been a crazy year. It's been crazy.
It's nuts to watch.
Well, and yet wasn't yesterday your anniversary of Joyride?
Just the single, the song. Yeah, the album came out in August. But this it's been literally 1 year of that song hitting the airwaves. But yesterday a year ago, we announced the record and put out the song. And I mean, like, I don't want to say that it changed everything because things were going well, but like it definitely kind of changed.
Yeah,
some shit.
You hit another gear for sure. Obviously we're not playing gigs, but we work hard. Like we give up basically every weekend to do this. Invest. Yeah, we're traveling to festivals and doing all the stuff. And then like for me personally, I'm doing like all our social media. I do all like the graphic design for the show. I do all the booking.
Oh yeah.
All the shit.
All the stuff that you said you were doing.
Yeah. And I know that like I get in a mode in myself where I kind of don't know what to do with myself when that stops or I catch a break. I'm like still going and don't need the motion anymore. And it takes a while to adjust to slowing down. And I know that like my head gets full at some point. Like I feel like I'm going to blow up.
Yeah.
And I have to figure out ways to like keep my head healthy when that's going and going and going. What do you do, Karina, for yourself? Like, because I know that you have a lot of energy, right? But that's finite. We're not superhuman. Like at what point, like what do you do when you feel yourself reaching that like, oh shit, I'm burning it at both ends and I know it's coming? What do you do?
Besides take a bath.
Yeah.
We knew that one already, Karina.
There you go. You knew. By the way, still addicted to baths. Still addicted to them.
Okay. That's a good thing to be addicted to.
It's not something to try to quit.
Yeah.
I tried to quit at one point when I got, ringworm on tour from one of those fucking horrible bathtubs. I tried to quit that.
It just slowed you down a bit, right? It didn't stop you.
You think I'm afraid to say that on the podcast? Absolutely fucking not. Absolutely not. By the way, easy fix. Topical.
Go to the doctor.
Yeah, exactly. Sorry to make a joke.
No, it's all good.
Nice question. I don't know what I do. I feel like I'm from the jump a very self-protective person. Like I definitely like protect my peace in a lot. And I feel like I come to the table with a lot of peace in me.
Right.
I feel like baseline Karina is like the most zen, stable, comfortable. Like I don't know. I had a very, very stable home life as a kid. My parents are like the beacons of stability. My mom's had the same job for 43 years, my dad long, same apartment, same this, loving, I don't know. I feel like I come to the table very
chill,
secure and chill and whatever. So like when I invite all this lunacy into my life, it's because it's always appealed to me. You know what I mean? And it's always been like, everything always felt so stable and normal that I wanted this crazy stimulation and I wanted
that makes perfect sense.
Rock and roll. And I wanted like all these things that appeal to me. They appealed to me then and they still appeal to me. Like it's because like I feel like I just really I can take it. I don't know. I feel like I'm sort of made of different stuff in a lot of ways in that way, and I don't like. But like, of course, I get frazzled like anybody, and it is finite. Of course it is. But on that level, I don't know. I feel like I have this innate sense to like, I'll tell people like, no, I'm not doing that. Like I'm too stressed. I'm too this. I can't do it all. You know what I mean? And so I have no problem telling people that. And I think people get it, when it gets to a point of just like, yo, man, I'm going to be home for 2 days and then I'm leaving again. All I want is to hang out. All I want is to do this, but we're not doing that because I'm going to sit here and just recalibrate whatever that means,
So
you know?
how
and
to
like,
set boundaries for yourself is what you're saying, basically.
I think I do. I think I do. And even like, of course, there are some occasions where like, you know, I would tell you that like,
DistroKid has been the industry standard for getting your newly created music out to the streaming platforms. And now the DistroKid app is now available on iOS and Android. Yeah, check that out. The app is now available on your phone. Go to the app or Play Store and download it. There's so many features inside this app. You can do things like sign up and pay for a new DistroKid account. You can upload your new releases there. You can see your DistroKid bank and withdraw your earnings. You even get notified when you've earned royalties and withdraw from the app via push notifications. You can see hyperfollow links. You can edit your account details. You can see your streaming stats from Spotify and Apple. You can even edit and add lyrics to your songs there. So like I said, go over to the App Store on iOS or Android and download the DistroKid app now. Also, they have this new feature called Mixia. I know a lot of artists struggle to be prolific and make their music sound as good as the music they hear from their influences and their peers. That's where Mixia comes in. Nothing's ever going to replace the artistry and expertise of a real human mastering engineer. But for artists who are short on time or resources, Mixia is a powerful tool to help make the music sound great in a hurry. Simple interface, empowering the most novice of music creators. It's got unlimited song previews of mastered songs with one free download, and for $99 you get unlimited mastered tracks. So go check out Mixia and make sure to go to the App Store and download the DistroKid app so that you can get your music out there and get it heard. You're doing your thing and they're helping you do it. DistroKid.
if I say, oh yeah, I know how to set boundaries, and then you'd be like, Karina, you're going from this to this to this to this. Why are you doing this? This is so useless for you. Like, you know what I mean? And I would just be like, no, I really want to do it. I really want to, you know, I think I'm, you know, my boundaries are probably different from your boundaries or whoever's, you know what I mean? Cause like there are those things where you'd be like, oh, okay, like you really needed to do this? Like really? But I think I learned some of those lessons earlier on in my life, you know, and I learned what it looks like to spread yourself too thin. I mean, look, like when I came in to being a quote unquote professional musician, I was at NYU doing my thesis, like, and about to graduate. I had a full-time job where I was the GM of a concert promotion company called Rock Pop. And then I joined Marco Benevento's band and had to learn 60 of his songs and then go and, you know, all at the same time. So like, I know what it feels like to be running a company in the back of a van, going to the gig and taking calls at soundcheck from angry agents.
Oh shit.
Who are yelling at you because you owe, you know, sick of it all, $10,000, like, or what, you know what I mean? Like it's like whatever I'm dealing with now that I've cut back, you know, I don't have a full-time job. Like I'm just Karina the musician, who obviously does a bunch of different shit, but like being Karina the musician is the most natural thing in the world to me.
It's cake, you know, after doing all that shit.
It's easy. It's I mean, it's not easy. It's fucking, obviously it comes with a ton of mental
I get it. I get what you're saying.
All kinds of shit. But like when you think about what I was up to at 22, that's what I was up to at 22. And by the way, I kept that job till I was 26. And I toured the world with Marco. I toured, you know, I remember being in Japan and having all this shit hit the fan with my job, and people were calling me angry. This, that, we didn't get the blah, blah, blah. The writers fucked up. This guy didn't, whatever, you know what I mean? And I'm just like, yo, like, you know, and dealing with all of it, all while being on the road with Marco and doing all this shit. Like that was stressful. That was very stressful. Okay. You know what I mean? That will spread you thin, and that will kill you. So, you know,
but the pandemic, like working for yourself and doing all of these things is way, I don't want to say easier, but like kind of in a way, because you know all the answers, right? Yeah. You can like reschedule or do whatever. You're not waiting for a third party or a fourth time zone or whatever the heck is going on.
No, listen, I feel so blessed every day to have the thing that I worry about be me and my art.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
What? Like, that's fucking insane.
That's
like,
dope.
Who does this? You know what I mean? Like, it's, you know, allegedly I do, you know? But like every day I thank my lucky stars that I got to this point. You know what I mean? Like, and if it all went away tomorrow, it would have been enough. You know what I mean?
I think too, it goes back to what we were talking about at the very beginning about like you growing up in New York City. I think that growing up in that energy and that environment breeds a certain type of person that thrives in that motion all the time. And it's in you. And yeah, you could feel it when you see you in person and when you see you on stage, like that thing is coming from you. You're from it. It's you. And
or
that's
when you,
dope.
I love seeing that post the other day, or when you see 17-year-old Karina up there with Scott from Anthrax throwing down some bass lines.
Yes,
I was like,
dope.
hell yeah, that's metal.
Dude, I'm metal as fuck on the inside, dude. Yeah. No, that stuff never left me, man. That's real shit. Like all of it. And you should say, I mean, talk about like when I like walk around New York City and I have the most aggressive music blasting in my ears that gets me from point A to point B in like 5 seconds. You'd be like, damn, you know, I walked, you want to know how many steps I walked yesterday?
Yeah.
24,000 steps
Holy
yesterday.
shit.
Who does this? I have it's ridiculous. And I wasn't even thinking about it. I was running. I literally, my favorite thing to do, and this, I like, when I go on tour, this is what I miss. I miss a lot of things, but what I really miss is walking around Manhattan with music in my ears. Like, cause there's nothing that feels like it. And like taking the subway and like, you feel like you're in this movie that you're curating for yourself. And you can just walk and see all this different shit. And guess what? You thirsty? Cool. We have every different type of drink on the fucking planet that you could stop. Like, what, you know, you hungry? No problem. Every cuisine at your fingertips.
That's the truth.
Cheap, expensive, whatever. It doesn't even fucking matter. And then, you know who you're going to see on the way? Every race and all creeds and every, like, it's just humanity to me, you know?
Yeah.
Sorry, but I'm going on a diatribe about New York.
No, it's like a big fishbowl, and you're giving us a picture of your.
I get it too, man. That was the thing that blew my mind. Like, as a first time ever going to New York thing,
yeah,
I was like, am I gonna be overwhelmed? You know, like kind of nervous going in. And as soon as we got there, I was like, this is fucking awesome.
Sick.
This is so cool.
Glad.
Like, just to find the middle in that and let it all happen around you. And like you said, I walking down the street, hearing like 50 different languages and like smelling all these weird different foods. And just, it was the best. It's
a beautiful thing. And it's like the richest person and the poorest person could be sitting next to each other on a park, but you have no fucking idea. You know what I mean? And everything is, you know what I love about it is like, you know, when you go to a more like suburban or whatever, you know, normal environment, it's like, this is my house and my car, and this is your house and your car. And that's what we display. You know what I mean? Oh, you know, and here you don't see any of that because people live in an apartment. Like you're out on the street, you're out in the mix, dude. And then sure, like maybe this person's apartment is nicer than this person's, but you don't even
you would never know.
It's not like that. You know what I mean? I mean, it is if you go over there and then you're like, okay, whatever. But I don't know. It's just it's very different than, you know, the normalcy that you see, you know, whatever.
I just love too, like, I'm sure that's why you don't have a license. You don't need a car. You don't.
My parents never had a car. There's no car.
Need that there.
That's the weirdest.
That's awesome.
Then that's why you walk 23,000 steps without even thinking about it. And then you're, so like, you know, and you know, to get back to that, I was just, you walk so much here without even thinking about it. But like, I love listening to music. And then when I have to do calls and stuff, I'm just out there. And then I'm rolling calls. Next thing you know, you've walked 70 blocks. You're like, oh shit. Okay. I gotta walk the other direction now, or I gotta get in the subway or whatever, you know what I mean? But it's just, I don't know. It's a very fulfilling, delightful experience to just kind of, you know, immerse yourself and be able to walk that far and that long, and still there's still shit, you know what I mean? Like you're just like, oh cool, all right, well now we're in this neighborhood, now we're here, like cool. I don't know, big fan.
I mean,
that's cool that you have so much love for your city. That's rad.
Thanks.
There's a lot.
I know a lot of people don't feel that way about where they come from, or even, you know what's fucked up, a lot of, you know, because when you grow up here, obviously, like I barely knew anybody who wasn't from here, right?
Yeah.
So in high school and all that stuff, like it was, I mean, I think most people were Manhattan fans, most people, but there's definitely the kids who are like, the second I can get out of here, I'm getting the fuck out of here and I'm not coming back.
Yeah, I could see how it's not made for everybody. I get it.
Not.
Absolutely.
Oh my God, dude. It's like, I would say it's very polarizing.
Yeah,
like, why
would you love it or hate it.
What I'm describing, like, I'm sure some people are going to listen to this and be like, what a fucking nightmare. Like, this is a disaster.
Well, I remember when we first talked to you and you were talking about being in the country during COVID and how it was like you appreciated it and it was amazing, but it was like, no, this is not my place.
Not for me.
Yeah, I put a little boycott on that after we came back, just because I was just like, you know, you're like, you want to go upstate this week? And I'm like, you know, I do, but I don't. You know what I'm saying? Like, it would be lovely, but I think I'd like to lick this pavement instead and, like, you know, just not
enjoy this. So as somebody that's, you know, constantly doing shit, what's going on? What are you working on?
Album 2.
Yeah.
Album 2. Come on. Diligently working. Now, you know, it's hard, you know, I think there's some musicians who like go on the road and then write songs on the road and stuff like that or whatever. And that ain't your girl. That is not Karina. You know, I mean, I definitely like have ideas and like I write stuff down, I record stuff, whatever. But like real talk, like I have to shift gears in a big way.
Okay.
Personally. To go from stage Karina to like creative in that other way. Like it's a whole thing, which is why I'm very blessed for this June, you know, this June that's like chill, finally, kind of, you know what I mean? Even though I don't like to say finally, because you know what I want is to be gigging.
Yeah, right.
So what I know that I need to do is be writing, you know? So this week already has been so fruitful. And you know, I've had pockets throughout the year where I've been writing, of course, you know, but this feels suddenly like I'm stepping into like,
writing time.
It's just a deep writing time. Which
so do you have like a vibe for this? Do you just like getting out whatever you want? Like, do you want to take it in a direction? What's your thought for album 2?
Well, it's funny. I mean, there are a lot of thoughts. There are a lot of thoughts, and I'm very blessed I feel like my fans are so, you know, and it's sort of a product of the jam space, right? Like people, they're there with you and they have wide ears. They want, you know, if it's fun is my guiding light. You know what I mean? Like, so like if it's more rock on one song and more dancey on another, like with grooves and stuff, like that's cool. Like I'm here for that, you know, but basically, I don't know. Now I just say to myself, like, what's fun to play for a big crowd? What do you want? What do you like when you get out there? Like, what, you know what I mean? I'm just like, okay, like we want this tempo. You know why? Because I want people going, yeah, you know, like fucking dancing at that tempo or whatever. Like, so that all happens. But of course, you know, it's a hard process. Of course, it's a process that doesn't come naturally to me. You know what I mean? And it definitely, like, you know, the live thing, so natural to me, so easy. It's where I'm the most at home is on stage. But when I have to like actually be like, okay, here we go. Like, what are you going to say? What are you going to, what? And it's permanent it's permanent. Like the permanence of it very much scares me, you know, even though it shouldn't, but, I don't know when we've been doing it a lot of different ways. This week we wrote this song that's more like faster than any other song and more straight ahead rock than any other sng that I have. And I'm like, wow, that's fun as shit. Like, I really love it, you know, because I'm a rocker at heart. Like we talked with the Anthrax and whatever, but you know, that shit pours out of me. Like, I'm like, you know, I don't know. That's really fun. And I feel emboldened. I don't know. I'm lucky that like, I feel like I can just be me. I really do feel emboldened to be myself in all of this, where I think a lot of artists would just be like, fucking, oh, well, we got to do it, you know, in keeping within the lines of this and that. Otherwise the fans are going to turn their backs on us.
Well, I'll say this about the jam scene and you in it, Karina, like you mentioned people's ears being wide, and that's so true. And like, because you are one of the few leading women out in that jam scene, you're so right. We want to fucking hear you. What do you got to say? What rock do you got to bring to us? What kind of stank do you got for us? Like, we're about it. And so like that exploration of the self, it's not like, oh, what do they want to hear? We're like, bring it, girl. Come on.
Right.
Like what you got to say this time? Round 2, we're ready for it. Like,
thank you.
Yeah, seriously, because I'm hanging out with all the guys all the fucking time. And when we're here listening or like, oh, Karina's on, like there's excitement around that. There is a huge excitement around what you personally and what your band is doing. I just want to let you know that, not for any pressure, just like we are hearing, we are listening, we are waiting like excitedly.
That's so cool of you to say. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
It's an honor to have this relationship with you and see your trajectory and like just putting yourself out there, because it's like raw and pure and it's like fucking right on, man. Like you love where you're at, you love what you're doing, you're honest about like, yeah, I gotta reel it in when I gotta write. Like you constantly are with people on stage collaborating, this, that, and that. That's exciting, watching someone live their dream and actually like be about it. Not like, oh, well, I made all these promises, now I got to do it. Like it's the energy behind what you're bringing out that's exciting. So whatever you put out is that already, it's already exciting because you got that energy behind you.
Thank you. That's so sweet of you to say. This is amazing. Well, that, there's so much to say about that, and I appreciate it so fucking much. But, the funny thing about how this all unfurled for me when you really think about it is like, because it was Marco that changed everything, right? Marco. And that brought me like that. Nobody would know, like it was Marco, right? And then people were like, oh, Karina this, Karina that. Like, do you want to do this? Oh, Karina, like, would you perform a set at this of your own? And I'm like, I don't have my own anything, but I have Adam and Chris, and we like to improvise together. So, the band's starting as this like complete all improv thing. And then like, I don't know, I felt like every single moment of all of this was just me playing catch up and me, getting the confidence to write songs and being like, okay, and getting the confidence to be on the marquee and be the person, you know what I mean? Like it was all just like all these things were coming to me for no reason, or so I thought, you know what I mean? I was just like, why am I opening for Krungman at the Capitol Theater when I don't have a song?
We're ready for it. We're like, for real. You're, think about just kind of like during certain times in life, people are ready for something. They're ready for an answer. They're ready for a new way of living. They're ready for a new fucking food, their new sound, whatever. And you just happen to come with your cute little self into this scene, blowing up and they're like, come on, give us more. What do you got going on? Like,
that's so sweet. That's so cool. I mean, I'm so stoked.
Because sometimes you can't see yourself through the trees. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, you're like gigging after gigging after gigging. And like, so like that just becomes like a way of life. You're not necessarily processing things. You're just kind of going. Yeah. But when we're seeing like dates and then, for fall tour dates. Oh, now summer dates. Oh, well, now festy dates. And we're like, dang. Karina's on the freaking, like, she's got Andy Frasco, like, legs, dude, because he's everywhere. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's same kind of a thing. And, like, that, I think, is not given easily by fans and by the industry. And so for you to have it naturally, it's on purpose. I feel like it's on purpose.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I just, there's so much to live up to in a lot of ways. That's just, it's all just, because when you think back, right, like 2019, when we did Plants, right? Plants, my first song, my first baby, like, and like going back to that, I'm thinking that the first song that I wrote was a 5-minute long instrumental that sounds like Krungman meets Rat-a-Tat with this like crazy shit. And it's like so, and then I was so nervous about that. I'm nervous about everything. I mean, I'm not, but I am. Yes. And that again, the permanence. My first song is called Plants, and it's a 5-minute long instrumental, and I'm just going to put this out by myself. And then all of a sudden it gets 1 million streams. And that summer, that like when I put that out, it was 4 days before we opened for Krungman at the Capitol Theater. That was the one song to my fucking name. Why? How? And then we, the first festival we played was actually Modown. And so like I'm booked on Motown, I'm booked on Halloween, I'm opening for Guster, I'm all like all that year, you know, and it's 2019. I have no management, no agent, no nothing. I'm doing this. It's all just people who just want, I don't know. They wanted me to be there. I have no fucking idea. But then in my head, I'm like, wait, what? Karina, you need songs. Bands have songs. Like, what the fuck is this? You know, like, why is this all coming? Like, you know what I mean? So then Elevator came out that November 2019. And then fucking a couple months later, we got the pandemic, right? And then, of course, that year, we somehow, by the skin of our teeth, recorded City Kids and Dirty South, and those came out that year. And, of course, you know, to think of all this happening, like, in a time when the world was shut down and you couldn't tour and you couldn't do this and you couldn't do that. And a song like City Kids just, you know, becoming, it's certainly not my streaming hit, but it's my live hit. For
it's amazing.
Sure. Yeah. That's the song that people want to hear, you know, in a lot of ways, other than a couple others. But like, that's the one. And
well, that bass line, come on. That's featuring the person that we're about. Like, hell, yeah, it might not, like you said, it might not be your biggest stream, but like, we want to see that because that's you. You know,
right? It is very emblematic of your girl. It really is.
It's even the lyrics. Come on, everying that you say about the city, like it's all of it. It's like it's you in a song.
Dancing, and live people really love it. Anyway, all of this is to say, like, you know, like, and then to get to about, like, you know, when we were playing Bonnaroo and Red Rocks, I had 5 singles to my name. Like, what is this? You know, and then the album, and then it's like, okay, well, here's your album. Okay, well, now you got to do it. You know what I mean? And I'm just like constantly just like in awe of like how it got to this.
That's the best way it should be, because I feel like if it was contrived or like you strived for something, it would feel not genuine. Right?
Sure. Like maybe that's what it is. Yeah. Maybe that's where the genuine thing like that. Maybe that's why people are like, oh, like, you know, or whatever. Like, and it's like, oh, she really loves this. It's like, yeah, she can't fucking believe this. Like, she's shocked every single time somebody buys a ticket. Every single time. Like, it's so shocking to me. The whole thing, you know? And I think it's funny when you trace back the origins, you know what I mean, to that first song.
I think
and people, where you know? You take the look at the lineage back, you're like, holy shit, how the fuck did I get here?
People like to see other people do new things in real time. Think about the internet. Think about like a baby walking, right? When it takes its first steps. When it's taking its 50th step, no one cares about a baby walking.
Get over here, kid.
But when you're doing like, you know, you're barely making a song and then playing it like the next couple days, that's like
at the cap.
What? That is
fuck yeah, man.
For like the biggest band, like, you know what I mean? Like crunk, like what the even fuck? That, like that was so crazy. What? Yeah, it's been a long, strange trip, you know?
Yes.
It's been a beautiful, I mean, it's just so crazy. So that's why, I don't know, I'm reflecting on this, like, what? How is it even, like, what? It's so crazy. So all of this to say is it's all been great. And we're all very thrilled. And I just want my foot to be kept on the gas. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And like,
it's on the gas.
That's the other thing. Like my foot, I've never even thought of it in that way. You know what I mean? Like when I say keep your foot on the gas, it sounds like I like, you know what I mean? Like I just like kind of
life, man.
I'm whimsically just doing what I feel like doing. You know what I mean? And it's fine. Like when you look back, like let's for 2 seconds, like Plants, right? 5-minute long instrumental. Elevator. I'm singing for the first time. And it's a 3-minute long poppy dance song.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's why it's like, okay. And then the next year we got City Kids, which I don't even want to try to describe this fucking song. It's like, you know,
fun in a song. That's what that is.
Fun. It's super fun, you know, and I'm doing the fucking Beck / Lou Reed / David Byrne fucking I'm talking to you, my audience. You know what I mean? Like whatever, as opposed to frequent flyer, going up, like things are different, you know? And then the next tune is another instrumental. So like, what am I even fucking thinking, dude? And then Joyride's sugary, sweet pop dance music, you know what I mean? And then this, and then this, and then this. So like, to think that, I've arrived at this point and I feel emboldened to do whatever the fuck I want. I am.
Wait a minute.
You know, because I've been doing whatever the fuck I want this entire time.
Here's the thing,
Don't change it. I know you won't, but that's just another little encouragement. Don't change it because that's what's more than working.
Coming from the world that we came up in the jam world and just the music scene in general. It totally makes sense, Karina. Like, your music is a reflection and a product of what you like, what you've experienced, what turns you on, what makes you happy, what excites you, like, and those influences that you've had in your life. So it stands to reason that that's what comes out of you, because that is what you've put in, right? And I mean, hate to bring it back to Fish, but look at Fish, like a song like Yem or AC/DC Bag, or those are two completely different things, or Shade,
or Big Black Furry Creature from Mars,
or Rocky Top, or whatever. None of that shit's the same. But
that's why those guys and Ween and like that's, you know, it's less about the jamming for me. It's more about the fact I'm so emboldened by these bands to just.
So it makes
you
sense.
write what you write. You mix it up. That's like, it's so, and the fans are here for it. Do you know what I mean? They're here for the through composed You Enjoy Myself. That's the most beautiful, incredible piece of, you know, it might as well be Bach, you know what I'm saying? And then you got, you know, Bach for people on LSD, whatever. And then you get, whatever, fucking Big Black Furry Creatures from Mars, AC/DC, you name it, you know, Axela, whatever. The yin. Yang.
I'm curious about something, because this goes back when Mel was kind of flattery. I have, and
it wasn't really flattery.
It's not
it was
a comparison,
truth.
but this is a place you've made it to, like, where I hold you in my heart. One of my favorite people, women and people in the world, is Kim Gordon from Sonic Youth. And the whole New York thing, the way you approach the bass, your bass lines, you made it in that space in my heart. And I just love what you do. It takes me back to that, and not much does. And I'm just curious, I mean, growing up in New York and everything like that, was Sonic Youth in your library all the time? Okay.
In a big way. Well, I love all that, like, even like, you know, yes, the big answer is yes. But like, I love Kim Deal. I love, like, you know, fuck it, you know, from the Breeders to Sonic Youth to what. I'm also just like a total. It's kind of funny how much I love the 90s. Why do I love the 90s so much?
Because it was fucking awesome.
So dope.
I was born in 93, dude. I'm born in 93. I'm a child throughout all of it. I miss all of it. And so everybody my age has not, like, I have a fucked up, like, kind of encyclopedic autistic knowledge of 90s music in a big way, you know, and people going to, you know, we could talk, you know, all of those bands, but also just like weird, like fucking, like I'm into, like, you know, Hum and Dishwalla and fucking like all this, like, I don't even know, but like, you know, Built to Spill and Pavement and Dino Jr. and like all of those bands. And actually, like, the shit that I wrote this week, everybody's calling it Karina Soar Jr.
Shit.
Yeah, because it's like that. It's like fucking, like, you know, heavy poppy 90s, like, and yes, there's so much Sonic Youth in there, and there's so much, like, you know, somebody else was like, why you gotta be Kim Deal? Yeah, I'm like, I like that. I like that. You know,
so much energy. You have all the energy and everything. Like, it just blew my mind. We were talking about Kim Gordon is going on a worldwide tour, and it blew my mind when I saw that she just recently turned 72. I was like, I didn't know she was old, and she's still out there just killing it, because, like you, she lives it, breathes it, knows it. Yeah. It's life, and you're going to be rocking well into your like 80s or 90s.
That's my boy. That's my boy. Yeah. I like this guy. Yeah, no, thank you.
You know, talking about all these influences and writing your own shit, what's it like for you when Trey shows up and is playing on your tune?
I mean, what do you think it's like? I mean, you know, no, it's that whole thing was what was and is. I mean, like, you know, that's it's almost hard to process. Like, even not even now, maybe even more now than when it was happening.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, now you can, like, you look at what, like, exactly what he did for me in that, and you're like, dude, like, fuck, that's insane what he did for me. You know what I mean? Like, and I obviously at the time you're just like, what? Like, seriously? And he's saying, like, dude, like, he is just the coolest. He is out. Like, he should be protected at all costs. He is a golden god. He really is that guy. You know what I mean? And he, and of course, like, you know, it wasn't until like I was writing my own tunes and he ran up to me and he was just like, dude, he named all of my singles to me by name, you know, and was just like, yo, we listen to that. Like, you know, it's like, Seek is amazing. Plants, Elevator. Like, we listen to this stuff all the time in my house. He's like, but you need an album. And I was like, yes, Trey. This is in 2021, by the way, at the Peach Festival. And I was like, yeah, no, I'm working on it. And he was like, oh, you know, and then all of a sudden he lights up, you know, because he values, you know, pushing the art. Like it's all about original music for him. It's all about original music for him. Like and to see like young people, whatever, doing that and carrying it forward. Like, and he was just like, he was in, and he gave me everything, the studios, his time, the way that he came into that studio session when he recorded on Joyride and fucking Run of the Mill and All That You Wanted and Trampoline and Fever Dream. He plays on all these songs. He came in with an iPad of like all these ideas and like, you know, whatever. And he was just like, you know, I was thinking for this, like if we took the chorus, but we reharmonized it and put it at the end, that's a great outro. And what about this? And what about this? But like, if you don't like any of this, tell me to go fuck myself, throw it in the trash. Like he came to the table with the most humility of like, wow. I don't know. He just wanted me to, he's like, we're making Karina 1, you know what I mean? We're not making Trey anything. We're making Karina 1, you know, and I just, whatever you know, this is big, you know, and there's not a living musician from whom this would have meant more to me personally, you know what I mean? And it really, it's an incredible, incredible thing. And just to look back now and just be like, wow, like you gave me all that, like, wow, you know, and he's like he would just be like, you know, he's like, you know, I see in you what Carlos Santana saw in me and when I was your age, you know what I mean? And he helped me so much. And all I want, you know what I mean? Like shit like that, where you're just like, did you just say that out loud? Like,
is it hard when you're working with somebody like that and you hold them in such high regard and like you've gotten past like, oh my God, it's fucking, you know, that part of it. And now you're working together and they're giving you ideas, right? Is it hard to shove aside the fan and be analytical about, okay, I don't think that'll work?
It wasn't hard. It was funny, really, because there was a great moment. I have a song called Beacon. I don't know if you're familiar, but Beacon's a song very close to my heart. I really like that. When we wrote Beacon, I felt like, oh shit, like this is an adult song, you know what I mean? Like this isn't like some goofy bullshit. This is like actually like a fucking searing tune, you know? And I really love Beacon and the scrappy nature of how it all came together. I won't bore you with it, but whatever. But that was the tune. It's so funny. Like in the studio, Trey was like playing acoustic guitar along with it and came up with like these ideas that would like extend it and whatever. And that was the one where I was like, yeah, no, don't think so. You know what I mean? I think we're going to keep Beacon the way it is. I think, you know, and I said out loud, which is the funniest shit ever. And I have a great, it's so fucking funny. I literally was just like, you know, wouldn't want Beacon to turn into adult contemporary. And like, you know, and he was like, what? And it was like, you know, we had a good laugh about this. And he was just like, Karina, songs have chords in them. And then he pulls up, you know, that My Bloody Valentine tune. He's just like, you hear that? Like, it's chord, you know, whatever. We just had a fucking great riff on all of that. And then there's one thing where I'm like filming Trey in the studio, whatever. And I'm like, Trey, what am I not supposed to be afraid of? He's like, garbage can. Don't be afraid of the garbage can. Anything I play, throw it out. And then he goes, Karina's afraid. Karina's afraid I'm going to turn her record into adult contemporary. And then I turned the camera back on me and I'm just like, why did I say that out loud? You know? And it's just, I don't know. That wasn't hard. It was just silly. I don't know. And also like because we took all that stuff and then me and Gabe, my producer, we took all of what Trey played and we cut out so much of it to put in tastefully. The Trey that, you know, of course you don't want it to sound like a Trey record, but you want those amazing moments that to me, like Joyride's not Joyride without that Trey solo and the Trey outro and all those things. And All That You Wanted is not All That You Wanted without the Trey. But you didn't want Trey for 4 minutes. You know what I mean? You want him in very specific parts and all that stuff. But it is funny when your favorite guitar player and you're just like, okay, get rid of that, get rid of that, get rid of that, get rid of that. Keep that. Definitely keep that. You know, it's just a funny experience.
Well,
but
you know what? I think
if that isn't the biggest nod to you're in the right place in the right time in the season of your life, you know what I'm saying? That's just like, and here you go, honey.
And I know you already know this, and you wouldn't be creating the stuff you're creating if this wasn't already inside your head. But just remember that, like, you worked your ass off. None of this is by mistake. It's, you know, it might not have been by design, but it's through your hard work that you got where you're at. And you deserve all the shit that's around you right now. You deserve all of it, Karina. And thank you so much for hanging out with us today.
Oh, come on. I love hanging out with you guys.
Love hanging out with you too. It's fun.
And I wanted to say one last thing. I want to give a shout out to somebody that you are really good friend, Andrew Sachs. Some Saxy art.
That's one of my favorite posters.
The poster he did, like your trajectory, everything that's happening. I love the way he captured it. You're like being beamed up with that classic like your head back jamming. We just love him. These two are trying to adopt him.
When we met Andrew, I said, if you and I ever had a Wook child, it would be Andrew. He's our Wook son.
I love that. That's the best. He's so lovely. He made that incredible art for that show that it was so emblematic of like what I wanted that show art to look and feel like, you know, and he nailed it. He just knocked it out of the park.
He's good. He's good at getting in people's head and not messing with it, just stepping in and being, he
captured it beautifully. We're very grateful to Andrew Sachs for this. Beautiful.
Karina, when you come through Portland again, let us know. Let's hang out.
Well,
November, baby, November. The tour dates come out in 2 weeks, so you'll be pleased.
Yeah.
I'm pleased.
And we should be seeing you in September at Cascade Equinox Festival when you come up here and play. Get ready to have fun there.
Dude, my shit, that is gonna be sick. I was like, we're on the same stage as Mark Rebier, and that's I'm all about what's happening over there. Let's fucking go.
Yeah,
I'm very
gonna be dope.
Heck yeah.
Last year that festival
was
sick. And the festival grounds are beautiful and the weather is just perfect and you're going to love it. It's great.
Wow. I'm so excited. Oh, and I get to see you guys.
Yeah, we're going to be there.
Podcasting from there.
Screaming from the top for Karina. What?
What a beautiful thing. I cannot wait, you guys. It's so exciting.
Right on. Well, we'll talk soon. Love you, sis.
Can't wait. Love you back. Karina. Thanks for having me, you guys.
Have a wonderful day. Later.
You too. Take care.
Right on, Karina.
Yay, Karina. Let's hear it for Karina.
Woo! The other day I was at work and that song came on that she puts on before she comes out. Karina. Oh,
yeah.
I was thinking about her all day after that. Like, just thinking, dang.
If there was a person that I know that that person is New York City. Yeah. If somebody asked me that, like, who do you know that's New York City? It's Karina. 1,000%.
She really does she's like the Statue of Liberty of New York. You know what I mean? Like, she is it. She's got that fire and holding it down and beaming for everyone to see. And just a staple.
That would be the funnest tour guide for New York in the world.
Oh my God.
How they have, you can go on the tours with it. I could see her with a rickshaw. A rickshaw.
A
ricochet. I got those mixed up, but on a tour with her and her just pedaling and
you better get your shoes on point with that.
With some Slayer playing over the speakers.
Now we're gonna do this.
Back in black.
No, she's always amazing. So much energy, and when we talk about that, when she brings up Kim Deal and stuff too, her anthem, that song Cannonball.
Yeah.
That's Karina, shot out of a cannon, so much energy. I cannot picture her just like she said, going upstate New York, laying on the couch doing bong rips, dude, not doing anything, feet kicked up,
Yeah, I wonder, with people that have that much energy, when they stop, I'll bet it's hard stop. Full stop. Boom.
Yeah.
Out. There's no cruise control mode. It's go, stop. Yeah.
I can understand that kind of energy.
I love it.
Yeah, you have it. I live with somebody like that.
Yeah, I just don't have, that specific thing I'm pouring it into, but, it's all energy. And then when it's done, it's done.
Yeah. I
get it. Well, you guys probably saw the clip too when you just said full stop because it made me think of Radiohead. So you said the other when she was playing the national anthem.
Oh yeah,
that bass line with her playing it, it's just so.
Yeah.
And she's wearing her Barbie outfit tonight, so that's pretty awesome.
If y'all haven't caught a live Karina show, please do yourself a favor, go do it.
Make plans.
It's
get that in your schedule.
I mean, somebody that is coming from the place of, I want everything to be fun. Go see the show and watch what happens. It's a thing. We will have a link in the show notes to Karina's website, and all her tour dates and merch and other stuff are there if you want to find out more information. And we're done for now.
Yeah.
We're done for
Mel's
now.
taken off, and
got a baby shower to go to and a store grand opening to go to.
Blue Egyptian is coming to the house, and we're doing an interview with them today. And it's a busy, no simple road.
Busy bees. We're trying to get up to that Karina level.
We're trying.
I'm not trying. I'm definitely not.
That's a lot of leveling.
Yeah,
that is a lot of leveling.
I'm enjoying the ride right now. All right, everybody. Until next time.
You're having a joyride?
Oh shit. Yeah, I will.
All right.
Until next time, everybody, take care of each other. Smile at a stranger. Safety third. Hydrate. And you know what? It's springtime, and if you have a pet, give them a nice spring bath. They need spring cleaning too.
Go into the season clean.
That's right. Give them a good brush.
That's right. Tell your friends you love them.
Love y'all. Peace.
But it's a burden. Family needs has been deferred, and hella means been the earth, and alchemy can bring the birth, the melody of a newborn. So persistent, so resistant, so insistent, so commitment, so resilient, or haven't you learned it? No simple road. Shattered as I focus through the spot in the corner that is still intact. The react is both a defense mechanism as well as a fear. We've traveled this road before, so we may think, but it's a tad bit of strange similarities that feed an A equal A complex. The fears of your past do not equal the perplexities of the current road. Hi, this is Henry Kay, host of the #1 music history podcast, Rootsland. Come with me on a journey to Kingston, Jamaica, where we explore the world of reggae music and the untold stories of some of the genre's greatest legends. From the ghettos and tenement yards where the music was born, to the island's iconic recording studios. We are so excited to team up with Osiris Media, the leading storyteller in music, because as you'll hear, sometimes the story is the best song.